Hey everybody, welcome back. Build Show Network, Steve Basic Architect here. I'm live on site. I'm back down in Columbia, Missouri. I'm doing our Hilltop Aero project here with Jake Bruton. And today we're gonna talk about deck assemblies that don't have basements, right? So here you can see we have an open web truss system that is supported by a series of LVL beams that run down, and the LVL beams are then supported by this board form concrete pier. Now, from a building science perspective, there's a few challenges that are associated with this, because what we basically did here is we took about 60% of the house and we stuck it out into the air, right? A lot of times you have that basement underneath there, so it's gonna warm that flooring. Well, in this case here, we have air moving around under here. So we basically have the 6-sided box fully exposed to the exterior conditions. So that challenges us a little bit. Not challenges that we can't overcome, but certainly challenges that we need to place in question. So again, we have those LVL beams, we have the trusses. You can see with our structural engineer, we're sitting on a double treated mud sill here. The mud sill's attached with Titan bolts that go down into the concrete. Obviously, there's a whole series of reinforcing in these piers to keep them from failing. And then we have these open web trusses. They're hung on these saddle hangers that basically go over the top of the LVL beam, come down, grab the trusses. Now, the real challenge here is, what do we do underneath here? On the outside of the wall, we have a zip R9 panel that comes down to the edge of this last pressure treated plate. So the idea here is that we're gonna fully insulate the bottom of this with a blown in insulation, and then we'll close it off with a complementary piece of that R9 that will then run across here and die into here, and we'll be able to air seal it around this double top plate here. And so basically a great way to think about it is that this floor system, although it's horizontal, all we've really done is taking our wall system and laid it down, right? So that we have an insulated cavity, we have an interior sheathing, we have an exterior sheathing. In this case here, our exterior sheathing is going to be an insulating sheathing. And we'll close it off, make it airtight. For those of you that are questioning plumbing, one of the beauties is that the only real plumbing that we have in this floor system is the one drain pipe from the dishwasher and kitchen. So we're not really worried. We're going to hold that nice and tight, buried in the insulation. We'll get that all sealed up so it's not a problem. But let's jump back to the studio. As usual, I'll break out some details. We'll get my good friend Big Red, and we'll dive a little deeper into building science. So see you back there.